Arsenal are actually going to win the quadruple. We've gone from winning 0 trophies in about 30 years to potentially winning the quadruple in one season. Obviously, I'm saying this off the back of our 3-1 win over Inter Milan at the San Siro, making it 7 wins out of 7 games in the Champions League, whilst only conceding 2 goals, which is absolutely ridiculous. So after this game, I was looking at an overview of our season, and we are 7 points clear at the top of the Premier League, obviously through to the next stage of the FA Cup, and we have won the first leg of the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup against Chelsea. And I was really sitting here and thinking, what's actually stopping us from winning the quadruple? Because in the Champions League, we play insane football, as we saw in the Inter game. We've got Martinelli pulling out Trevella passes when against Nottingham Forest he plays like he's never played football before. I don't know who possesses Martinelli when he hears that Champions League theme, but that is not the same person that I've been seeing in the Prem this season. You're telling me he can't score what's basically an open goal against Nottingham Forest, but he can do a fucking Trevella pass in the Champions League at the San Siro? Yeah, mate, sure. Somebody's possessed him. Like I was saying, we play insane football in the Champions League. We play shit football in the Premier League, yet somehow the gap at the top still increases because everyone else that we're competing with plays like utter shite. Please, somebody explain to me how we drew to 17th in the league and we widened our gap on Aston Villa and Man City. If we don't win at least the Premier League this season, yeah, this club has some sort of black magic curse on it, and I'm convinced that it is just written for us to never ever win trophies. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I'm very critical of the performances, sometimes maybe a bit too critical. Obviously, the Nottingham Forest game was a real letdown for me. Like I said in the Man United Man City game, I thought it was a really good chance to extend our lead to at least 9 points. And obviously, as you all know, we played like actual novices. That was the most painful watch I've had to go through this entire season. But like I said, by the end of the weekend, we still ended up expanding our lead at the top. And you know, the Carabao Cup, if we get to the final, knowing our record at Wembley being as good as it is, I think we'll win the Carabao Cup regardless of who we play in the final. The FA Cup, that's been our bread and butter for the past 120 seasons. I grew up on winning FA Cups, and that's it. And obviously, like I said, in the Champions League, I don't know what possesses our players, but they somehow learn how to play football once again. Lewis Skelly learned that he can actually pass the ball and play like a footballer against Inter Milan. Martinelli must have found his Brazilian citizenship before the Inter game and realized that he can actually do something with a bit of flair. And Gyökeres realized that he's getting way too much money to just trot around the pitch, so he decided to actually do something. And obviously, my GOAT, Gabriel Jesus, with a brace. I love that guy. But I've been saying I love him. I don't need no reasons, and I better not see Gyökeres start over him, you know. Because how this guy can bag a brace against Inter at the San Siro, and Arteta will still give Gyökeres the start over him. If he does that, I swear down, I'm gonna fucking go to North London and slap up Arteta myself. The only problem with this team, we sometimes lack the emphaticness that we need to get over the line. That's the only vibe I get from this team. We're too laxy-daisy when things look comfortable. That is the only thing that is gonna stop us from winning a quadruple. Other than that, yeah, I better be seeing 4 trophies come back to North London. But with that being said, that is all I have time for today. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs up anyway. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.